Though Nicki Minaj is ranked number 3 on Billboard chart as like a rap icon, 2024, rap icon, number 1 hottest female rapper list. To be honest with you, that list is so rigged. It doesn't make sense to me. The only thing that makes sense on that list is Cardib being at number 10 because like if we're being genuine here, what has Cardi B been doing since 2023, 2024? Getting pregnant, getting knocked up. Okay, and that's fine. Congrats to her. But what I just cannot understand is how is Megan Thee Stallion placed at number 2 above Nicki Minaj? People would say, you know what, this list is fair. It's unfair to me. Megan, her songs, they're boring. It's a lot of booty shaking, booty clapping, and that's it. What about real music, real rap? You being a lyricist. Megan is just not there as yet. And I feel like she's just so comfortable to know that, okay, she has Jay-Z and Beyonce's support, and that's all that matters. If we're talking about Glorilla, I think her being at number 1 is some sort of fair because she definitely dropped some bangers in 2023 and 2024, and she definitely has personality. You get to understand the type of rapper that she is. She's unapologetic and she has a perpetual sound where she's hood and you can't take the hood from her, and she's not afraid to bring out that personality, and you can know by just listening to her that she writes her own raps. She doesn't need a ghostwriter like Cardi B. She doesn't need a ghostwriter like probably Megan Thee Stallion. I'm just saying, I'm not being messy here. I'm just saying. But Megan being at number 2 is not on my bucket list. And also Doechii. Who's Doechii? Doechii and Gabbana? Who is Doechii? I'm sorry. If you're a Doechii fan, I don't understand how is Doechii on the list. I get that she performed at the Renaissance tour, and ever since she got some standing ovation. And after she unfollowed Nicki Minaj, she got some praised. She got some standing ovation. And now she's on list. And now she's nominated for Grammys. See, the only way you could possibly thrive in this industry, if you were to be messy, do something towards Nicki Minaj that is messy. Be malicious. It's going to take you places. Nicki took 2023, 2024, and she carried 2 years consecutively. Okay? Dominated charts. Dropped a banger album that competed with Christmas carols last year Christmas. That happened to be the biggest female rap album, and she had the biggest tour, made the most money for a female rapper on a tour. And Nicki's number 3, something is not right. Rock Nation is definitely working overtime. And I've been hearing some crazy story about Jay-Z and Beyonce sabotaging Nicki's career. Like I said, I'm not confirming it to be facts. But all I can say is there has been a source that spoke about Beyonce. She has a team that basically sent out a lot of, orders to sabotage Nicki's tour. And I think this was because Nicki spoke out against Jay-Z and Diddy. Nicki was basically saying, oh, Jay-Z, he messed with Foxy Brown while she was underage. And, oh, Diddy has been abusing women. And, Nicki was basically exposing Jay-Z and Diddy. And do I blame her? No. People would say, oh, Nicki, you need to shut your mouth. You need to be careful, girl, because, Jay-Z is a corporate giant and Diddy is not the one to be played with. The man is behind bars. So they're dangerous people. Honey, I think Nicki also married Kenneth Petty because in case one of these guys were to try something, probably Kenneth Petty has his goons that's going to protect Nicki Minaj. Probably Nicki's really terrified. So she had to get her a guy that's from the hood, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Kenneth Petty is a bad guy. I'm just saying, he seems like a protector for Nicki Minaj. And, every woman wants to feel safe and protected by their man, it's common nature. But yeah, the Billboard list, I'm disappointed in that. Gorilla being ranked at first, that's okay. But Megan Thee Stallion, honey, there should have been a number 12, So Megan would have been at the bottom of the list. And Cardi could be on top, but those two, they don't really belong on that list, period. And I feel like most of these rap girls, they're strictly industry puppets, and they were basically sent to destroy Nicki's career. You know, destroy Nicki's career. That's what I feel they were sent for. Like, they don't really have a love for music. They have a love for money. And once you pay these girls, to do a job, they're just going to do it because they're so desperate for fame and money, and they want to escape that poverty feeling. And, you can't really blame them because who wants to be poor? And everybody's questioning, why is Nicki falling out with all of these female rappers? It's not a coincidence, honey. These female rappers, I think they were trained to manipulate Nicki, try to be Nicki's friend at first, and then, try to get a feature from Nicki. Then they try to be messy. Look what happened with Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. Nicki never did anything to Ice Spice. Ice Spice was the one who was going behind Nicki's back, dragging Nicki, calling her all sort of names. And when those text messages leaked, Nicki found out just like everybody else and unfollowed Ice Spice. And I think Ice Spice definitely deserved that. And she tried to backtrack and apologize to Nicki, but the damage was already done. It's too late to apologize. And with Cardi B, I think Cardi B actually orchestrated the beef, tried to make up something so that Nicki could look like the villain. And she did it so perfectly. And I felt like people who surround Cardi B, they're the ones who's helping her, telling her exactly what to do, paying her to do these things. I'm not confirming it to be true, but I'm just saying it's what I think. And for Megan Thee Stallion, having to lose both parents, you don't have people around your circle. You don't have genuine people. I don't think Megan has genuine people around her. She's just that sad, lonely girl who needs therapy, but she also has an ego and she has to feed her ego. She wants to probably forget her trauma. So she try to go out there and she try to be messy with people. I'm not going to be one of those people who say, oh, free Tory Lanez, because what he did was straight up wrong. But I'm just saying, I think Megan is messy because, she is lonely. She carries a lot of hurt. So she hurting other people is what feeds her ego. And the fact that she's so attached to Rock Nation also feeds her ego. She uses that to get back at Nicki Minaj, knowing that Nicki and Jay-Z are at odds. And you know what? I'm not going to be the one who's going to drag Jay-Z's looks and say, oh, he's not the best looking guy. I just feel like it's his personality, When you have a personality that is so bland, it's just not right. I don't blame Nicki for calling him out because I think he's probably the most selfish person in this industry. Him and Beyoncé, they act as if they're so perfect. They act as if, they're for everybody. They're just for themselves. And they're gonna sink anyone's career just to thrive and to get on top. Look what happened at the Grammys. Beyoncé never won Album of the Year, so Jay-Z had to go on stage to drag the Grammys. And in that same moment, he actually told the other persons who were in the category that they didn't belong. Some of them did not belong. And I'm like, why are you disrespecting other people? Like, if you're sticking up for your wife, stick up for your wife. If you think Beyonce deserved Album of the Year, speak about that. But why you feel like you need to disrespect other talented individuals who are in the same category as her because, she's the only talented lady in the industry and everybody's just puppets and, serpents and she's the queen. Selfish. They don't really see anybody else but themselves. Can you blame Nicki Minaj for not associating herself with, Jay-Z, Diddy, and the whole Rock Nation committee? That makes me question the type of person Beyonce is. If you can lay beside a man like Jay-Z and be married to him for years, then what type of person are you? I feel like this attack on Nicki's career, people are always going to remember, and we're just going to always see the truth come into light slowly but surely. And what I think is going to happen next is the fact that Cardi B has been postponing her album. I think she's lying to her fans. I think Cardi B has been lying to her fans about the album, saying, oh, it's going to come out 2025. It was supposed to come out 2023. It was supposed to come out 2024. And, a lot of things happened. Apparently, first, she had anxiety. And then, she never felt confident. And then after that, she had to remind herself that she's a good rapper. And then after that, oh, she and Offset and the divorce. And it was just so much. And at this point, girl, I think she is purposely finding excuses as a way to avoid dropping the album, because probably she cannot afford to drop an album. Probably Cardi B music is not selling, so her record label, they don't really believe in her anymore. She's not stepping up. And this is what happens when you're lurking on people who were just minding their business. Nicki was always minding her business, doing her own thing. And Cardi B came out throwing shoes at Nicki, beefing with Nicki. And I'm like, you're setting yourself up for like never-ending failure, because I don't think when you beef with Nicki, you're gonna be looked at as a good person. You're gonna have enemies in the industry. And when I say enemies, I mean fans. Nicki has a big, broad audience for a fan base. She has the most fans in the industry for rap, female rap. Nicki dominates that drama, single-handedly dominated that genre for herself. So any other rap girl who comes in is because of Nicki. So Cardi B beefing with Nicki was not a cute and smart choice. Hence why her career is kind of spiraling. She doesn't want to believe it, but there's so many people who has been saying it to Cardi B on Twitter, even her own fans. And whenever the fans speak out, she blocks her own fans. She drags her own fans. She cusses them out because, the truth hurts. And that definitely got under her skin like a tick's. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they could continue. Cardi B could continue. Everybody can continue to try and sabotage Nicki Minaj's career. Nicki is 41, going on 42. Like, what other female rapper of that age is thriving as Nicki? Lil' Kim tried. Lil' Kim basically killed her own career. I don't think no other female rapper could survive in the rap game at that age but Nicki, because like I said, Nicki dominated the rap genre all by herself. So she has longevity in the rap game, and she laughs at these other, young female rapper who's coming in, because Nicki knows she's not gonna be canceled. She cannot be canceled. She's authentic and she's genuine. And these other rap girls, they're probably paid to come in to try and mess with Nicki Minaj's career, try to, end Nicki. And everybody has been seeing Nicki as this villain, a bad guy. Oh, she married to a sex offender. That makes her such an awful and horrible person. And yet, they make up another rumor. Oh, Nicki's on drugs. She sniffed coke. She's a coke addict. And yet, all of these things that people say, they have no proof or evidence of. And then they tried to set it up again by getting Nicki arrested in Amsterdam, because I feel like Jay-Z was behind that. I feel like, I'm not saying he was. I'm allowed to have opinions. And I'm not the only person who thought about it. people were saying, Jay-Z actually got that set up when Nicki was supposed to perform, in Amsterdam for her Gag City tour, but she was stopped and arrested because they found, and I in quote, soft drugs in her luggage, which happened to be said is legal, by the way. They said soft drugs is legal in Amsterdam, but I blame Nicki because, girl, you shouldn't have been traveling with no soft drugs. If you want to smoke some weed, girl, buy the weed at Amsterdam. Don't be traveling, on the plane with weed in your luggage. But why did they hold Nicki Minaj accountable? And they basically never said soft drugs. The cops were there and they were basically saying, oh, you have drugs in your luggage. And Nicki was like, huh? What type of drugs? Now, when you say someone has drugs in their luggage, you're gonna raise your eyebrow. You're gonna ask, huh? What type of drugs? Cocaine? Heroin? They never said, oh, you have weed. They said drugs, because guess what? I think they were also paid, to put a narrative out there that, Nicki Minaj is actually doing drugs. She has drugs in her luggage. And to me, it would have been so easier if they were to say, you know what, we found weed in your luggage. But they had to use the 4-letter word, drugs. Oh, that's 5. And at the end of the day, Nicki paid her fee, she paid her dues, and she went and she performed, and that was that. But she said she felt so low at that moment. She cannot tell when last she felt so low in her life. And when she said that, I felt so bad. These people, they're actually trying to get rid of Nicki Minaj. They're trying to get her exiled from the rap industry. Even when Nicki was performing on Gag City, I saw some things that Nicki was doing, and I just feel so bad for her. And I understood why she was doing it. I remember she felt sick, because having to perform at so many shows, you're gonna feel burnt out because she has been working so hard, and she probably had a sore throat. And her assistant got on stage with the honey, and I guess it was tea in the cup. I don't know if it was like honey juice. I think it was tea because there was steam coming from the cup. And I felt bad for Nicki because I think she's doing these things publicly. Like anything that she puts in her mouth, like food, something that she has to drink while she's working, she does it on stage. So in case someone tries to hurt her, her fans and everybody could see who she got it from. And not only that, she made a Twitter post that she basically bought food at a local restaurant. And when she got her food, it was in a brown paper bag. And on that paper bag, there was a message. And she was like, why would someone do this? Having to know that I purchased food from a store. They know who I am. And they actually wrote a message on it. I'm not eating this. And I feel like Nicki feels so attacked, left, right, and center. There's always someone or something coming at her where she feels like, okay, probably there's someone who's deliberately doing things in this industry who's trying to harm me because I'm speaking out. They're trying to probably kill me. They're trying to probably take me out. And so Nicki has been speaking out publicly. She called out Jay-Z, allegedly. She did, subliminally. She never mentioned his government's name, but she called him some other sorts of name. And we know it was Jay-Z she was talking about. She definitely mentioned Kim Porter and Diddy and Cassie. And I was like, wow, she's not holding back. She's not afraid. She has been through enough. And she definitely knows who's trying to end her career. And she basically called Jay-Z evil. And if you were to call this man evil, he must have been doing some crazy things to you. Nonetheless, 2025 is coming up, and I want to know what Nicki has planned for her Barbs. She said she's going to drop another album in 2025. And that was basically, kind of after Cardib responded to her fans to say she's also going to drop her album in 2025. So I'm very excited. It's going to be a year to remember. I know that for sure because, honey, Cardib and Nicki Minaj dropping together in the same year. Nicki's definitely not playing with this girl. And I feel like Cardib, she wants to ignore the competition because she knows people, they'd rather choose Nicki Minaj over her. It's like Kamala and Donald Trump all over again. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm just saying, if it were to be talent and something authentic that could save this industry, people would definitely choose Nicki Minaj over Cardi B any day. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section, guys. Thank you for staying and chatting with us. If you reached to the end of this video, babies, give this video a like. Click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you guys will always be up to date when we drop bangers, okay? And follow Loud City Gossip on YouTube. That's our backup page. See you guys some other time, and thank you for sipping with us.